The indictment says that on February 9th of 2023, there was a game against Milwaukee, and Damon Jones, who had attended a workout with LeBron, knew LeBron was hurting, and LeBron suddenly was not going to play, and it had not yet been announced. And so allegedly, Damon Jones texted a co-conspirator, quote, "Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight," because he knew LeBron wasn't going to play. And he added in that text, "Bet enough so D. Jones can eat now. The threat is always there. If you have people close to you that you, quote unquote, trust, at least you trust them to protect you, to be on your off the field, off the court team, can you trust them to understand the dangers of illegal sports betting?"
Skip Bayless talks about LeBron James' friend, Damon Jones, NBA gambling scandal. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
By now, you've no doubt heard that Damon Jones was arrested for allegedly disclosing illegal injury information about a prominent basketball player to facilitate illegal sports betting. ESPN reports that player was LeBron James. ESPN also reports that LeBron was completely unaware of any involvement on the part of Damon Jones in illegal sports gambling. LeBron James was accused of no wrongdoing on this matter. So, let me tell you why I was not at all surprised by this. I got to know Damon Jones back in the early First Take in Bristol, Connecticut days when we occasionally had Damon on. I think we had him on in studio a couple times and maybe via satellite a couple other times. And I got to hang with him, and I got to tell you, I really liked him. And I'm pretty sure that LeBron really, really likes Damon Jones and did from the start.
And that's why he kept him around. You know, he took a liking toward Damon Jones. You notice Damon Jones followed him around for many years. He always kept Damon Jones employed, so that's why he was around LeBron James. He was a yes man. He was a perfect fit for LeBron James. Just agree with everything I say. Don't try to say anything to hold me back, and just be another person on my team. But if you're LeBron James, you really got to vet out the people that are around you, because, yeah, you didn't do anything wrong in this situation, but just think about the people around you, how much stuff they know about you, and they can use that in return to get some money. So, LeBron, you got to be careful on who you're hanging out with and who's in your circle.
Just so you know Damon's background, Ball High School, Galveston Ball High School, famous for a lot of college football players. University of Houston, very good player, left a year early and didn't get drafted. And he had to fight his way up through the old CBA in South Dakota, Jacksonville. Idaho had a really good run in the CBA in Idaho, which got him going in the NBA, but he just began to bounce around, wound up playing for 11 different teams over 9 years, but did wind up near the end of his career playing with LeBron for 3 years in Cleveland, went to the finals against the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, LeBron got swept, but Damon played in those games, had a good game in game one, I remember. Game that obviously Cleveland lost, but Damon shot the ball well, and he was a very good three-point shooter, at one point proclaiming himself the greatest shooter in the world, and maybe for periods he was. Could really heat up from three in those 3 years with LeBron. Shot 38% from three, 39% from three, and 41% from three, and then was traded to Milwaukee and wound up, that was his last stop there. But he could really shoot it. Didn't rub off on LeBron, obviously, although I think he tried to help LeBron as his sort of shooting guru, coach, mentor. Didn't take. And Damon wound up trying to hang in and hang on, played in Puerto Rico, played in Turkey, played in Reno in the D League, and finally retired in 2012. Now, reportedly, Damon made a little over $20 million as an NBA player, but you know how it goes in life. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, he made 20 million, but that was many years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago. So that's old money. He looking for that new money. So allegedly, he may have had to do some things on the illegal end, betting wise, to try to get his money up. Again, he hung around LeBron James. He kept him employed, probably got him a lot of coaching jobs on that Cavs coaching staff, and however else he was able to stay around LeBron James to try to get a check. That's pretty much what he was doing. He'll be that ultimate yes man. He'll do whatever LeBron says, but it backfired. Damon Jones messed up LeBron James.
I don't have any idea about Damon's financial situation, but LeBron always tried to help him along the trail after he retired. Everywhere LeBron went, LeBron tried to keep Damon involved, because I think that Damon Jones became LeBron's sort of quasi big brother figure, the big brother that LeBron didn't have. I came to like Damon Jones because he's so likable. He's just fun to hang with. And I think LeBron always got a kick out of having Damon around. Damon's kind of the ultimate yes man, very extremely supportive, extremely positive. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. You're the best. You're the greatest.
He probably called LeBron James the GOAT. Once LeBron heard that, was like, okay, I'm going to keep you around. You can be great on the team. Just say yes to everything I say. Say I'm better than Michael Jordan. And I'm going to make sure you're good. I'm going to make sure, you got a couple dollars in your pocket. I'll make sure you get some legal money. But if you're Damon Jones, man, to have an opportunity to be around LeBron James, being that infrastructure, again, he's a perfect yes man. But he took it to that next level on the illegal end, allegedly. So I want to know how he got all this information about LeBron James playing or not playing. Was he on the Lakers staff, or was he just around LeBron James? Was he able to be around the office, be around the personnel to see what's going on? That's what I really want to know about. Maybe it's in the court filings. I got to do my research, but how did he know LeBron James wasn't playing? Did LeBron James tell him he wasn't playing? And then he relayed the information to people that are going to place these bets? I want to know more information about that.
You are the king. I can just see it in action, where LeBron would just feel better having Damon around as one of the guys in his inner circle, off-season workouts, in-season workouts, traveling, whatever. He just wanted Damon around because Damon's a great hang. Damon made him feel better about everything. Damon's entertaining. He's funny, witty, has a big, good heart. And yet, and I know, this was an accident waiting to happen. Even though LeBron got him jobs, assistant coaching jobs, it went all the way to the Darvin Ham regime out here in Los Angeles with the Lakers, obviously for which LeBron was playing. Darvin Ham got Damon a job with the Lakers franchise, but reportedly it was just unofficial and unpaid.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. So I guess he was around the Lakers enough to be privy to information. Obviously, if you know the coach, Darvin Ham, if you know LeBron James and you know those players around him, you're going to know, okay, is AD playing tonight? Is LeBron playing tonight? They want to make sure they can bet correctly on these overs and unders and these player props. So looks like he had some type of job with the Lakers, but it was unofficial. He shouldn't have been privy to that information, and he definitely should have been sharing that information on illegal type stuff. So Damon Jones is cooked, and he's making LeBron James' name dirtied in the media.
I'm assuming LeBron helped Damon out here and there. I don't know if he was ever on payroll, maybe, but I'm not saying he was one of the bedrock, cornerstone inner circle figures. He obviously wasn't Rich Paul. He obviously wasn't Maverick Carter. He wasn't Randy, who's LeBron's right-hand man.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't Maverick Carter and Rich Paul, because you got to think Maverick Carter had his own illegal stuff going on, allegedly placing bets with an illegal bookie. So he admitted to some wrongdoings on that sense, and the feds pretty much let him go. But with Damon Jones, he said what he said about LeBron and providing information about LeBron not playing to his peoples, and he's jammed up right now in the feds. So what's going on? So why was Damon Jones indicted, but Maverick Carter, he was good to go? Not saying he did anything wrong, but you can tell there's levels to being cool with LeBron James. Maverick Carter is really a part of that infrastructure. Damon Jones, he was a lackey. He was a puppet. He was somebody that was expendable. He can be cut at any given moment. It's not that easy to get rid of your business partner, Maverick Carter.
Those are the three bedrock figures in LeBron's life. And as I've said many times, he chose very wisely with all three. They're just eminently trustable because they came with LeBron from the past. And Damon came from his fairly early Cleveland days past, but not from his Akron sort of past. So it didn't surprise me at all that Damon Jones couldn't resist the temptation at some point. This is all alleged, but if it's proven, it won't surprise me at all, because it was during the 22-23 season. The indictment says that on February 9th of 2023, there was a game against Milwaukee, and Damon Jones, who had attended a workout with LeBron, knew LeBron was hurting, and LeBron suddenly was not going to play, and it had not yet been announced. And so allegedly, Damon Jones texted a co-conspirator, quote, "Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight," because he knew LeBron wasn't going to play. And he added in that text, "Bet enough so D. Jones can eat now."
Again, he was trying to get his money, under the table. All right, I'm going to relay this information to my peoples. LeBron, he's hurting right now. I just had to work out with him, allegedly. I'm paraphrasing, adding a little extra to it, but that's pretty much what it was. If you work out with LeBron, you're a part of the Lakers infrastructure, officially or unofficially, you're going to be privy to that information. So make sure you bet enough so I can get my cut. And allegedly that cut may have been $2,500. So he was doing a lot of illegal stuff allegedly for little or nothing. So he really put his freedom on the line in LeBron James' name for a couple $1,000. It wasn't worth it, but he crashed out. And again, LeBron James, got to make sure your circle's intact, because people may seem cool on the outside, but behind the scenes, they could allegedly be doing some illegal stuff.
I'm not saying he couldn't afford to eat, but you know what we're talking about. Make it worth Damon's while. It's just easy money. Lead us not into temptation. Lead Damon not into temptation. It was just sitting on a silver platter for him to say, "This is simple. I know this guy, and I can tell, and he'll give me my taste of this." And you know how it works. It's happened many, many times before. And allegedly it happened again on January 15th of 2024, not that long ago, before a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, in which Damon Jones knew privately that LeBron was going to miss because of injury. So this is classic insider trading information, and the director of the FBI in his press conference today said this is the NBA version of insider trading.
That's why Jordan was talking about load management, his rant. And this has something to do with load management because, LeBron James, he can say that he's injured, and the medical team can always back that up. But you pretty much know LeBron James is going to miss a handful of games per season. But if you're Damon Jones, you're going to be real precise when, pushing this information to your people about betting the player props or whatever props that they're doing with these bets on these teams. Having this information, if you're Damon Jones, he used it to his advantage, but it was just a matter of time until he got caught up with the feds. If you're the NBA, Adam Silver, you don't want this in your league. Adam Silver, he's like that players commissioner being walked on by the players, and he's going to have to start putting his foot down. So again, it's a bad look for the NBA. It's unfortunate. And then you got Damon Jones, someone that seemed cool, that LeBron James rocked with, putting his name in the media and dirtying up his name. So again, LeBron James, man, make sure your circle is in order, because every negative press is always going to include LeBron James' name. LeBron James trainer, LeBron James manager, LeBron James friend. His name will be in the mix. That's how they're going to get the clicks and the views.
Not just Damon, but there's a whole bunch of others are accused also, in many shapes, ways, and forms. But this is a cautionary tale for LeBron and any other star player that if you have your guys close to you, that even though you have been told, and JJ Redick said today that they've already had 2 meetings with the Lakers team, with the players, about the dangers of gambling, because obviously it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue over the last few years in the NBA as well as in other sports. And this, obviously, everything I'm saying applies to whatever professional sport we're talking about. Any other professional sport, including WNBA, baseball, hockey, definitely NFL. Definitely, the threat is always there. If you have people close to you that you, quote unquote, trust, at least you trust them to protect you, to be on your off the field, off the court team, can you trust them to understand the dangers of illegal sports betting?
And I think that's the moral of the story when it comes to LeBron James. You know, historically, his crew is known in the media as his guys, good people, don't do anything wrong, keeping his name out the mix illegally. But there's a lot of holes in his crew. Again, with Maverick Carter placing bets with an illegal bookie. And now you got Damon Jones in the mix with this illegal betting. Then you had this other homie allegedly has something to do with, enhancements, allegedly. So, again, his crew looks flawless. For the most part, you're not really hearing about them negatively. But there have been some instances to where their name has been in the media for not good news. So again, cautionary tale, if you got a great business crew with you, you just got to make sure everybody's on the up and up, because if they do something wrong, they're going to lump your name in the mix, again, just to get the clicks and the views. Make sure your circle is on point, because it could cost you in the long run.